What is going on, everyone? Brandon back at it again with another video, and this is the best way to market your dispensary and evaluation breakdown. Now, without further ado, let us begin. Now, back in my school study days many years ago, we used to go through this exercise. So there was a given problem within, whatever the professor gave us. And in order to determine what would be the best method to solving the problem, we would have to do what's called an evaluation matrix. And because resources are finite, right, we don't have an unlimited budget, we had to choose which solution we thought would have the highest percentage chance of solving the problem that we're looking to solve. Now, this makes sense. What we're going to do is we're going to use this same process to determine what is the best marketing strategy to help you generate the most amount of sales possible. And in this matrix, it's really awesome because we can then put the different options of what we want to do to solve the problem. So on a marketing standpoint, whether we want to talk about paid marketing, traditional media, email marketing, so on and so forth, we put all of the different solutions on the left-hand side of this column. Then on the top, for each of the rows, we then put a category which we think would factor into the decision-making process, whether we want to move forward with that strategy or not. So for example, if something costs $1 million, obviously it's not feasible even if it has 100% effectiveness because we don't have that $1 million, right? So the different categories that I'm going to talk about buyer intent, cost, difficulty, effectiveness, and then the restrictions on the platform itself. And I'll go into much more detail in the following slides right now. So first things first, paid marketing. So what exactly is paid marketing? You're paying to show up in a specific position, whether it's in Google rankings, on Facebook, on Twitter, whatever it is, you are paying for a specific spot. So this isn't organic, like you're generating millions of followers for yourself. You're directly paying Facebook or TikTok or Twitter for the specific ad placement. Now, first things first is buyer intent. What is the intent on the person who is seeing your ad? Will they end up purchasing? Will they not end up purchasing? Who knows? So with paid ads, I put a medium buyer intent because in general, when you're seeing ads, people are typically not looking to buy. However, if you have a really good ad placement strategy, so if you choose the correct demographics, if you choose the correct location, if your ad copy is relevant towards the people you're targeting, the buyer intent might be pretty high because even though they are not initially going in to make a purchase for anything, if you have targeted ads, it may feel as though it may feel as though this ad is made perfectly for you, and then they're going to come in and buy. Now for cost is pretty high because you are directly paying these companies to show up where you typically wouldn't show up in the first place, right? Now, because it's a bidding platform, yes, you can maybe do ads for $1 a day, $2 a day, $3 a day, $4 a day, but that's not really going to move the needle in terms of how people are going to come in and purchase. You need to spend a lot more money in order to make the ads effective. Now, difficulty. The difficulty to run these ads is pretty high, because there's a lot of different things you need to do to ensure the ad is successful in the first place. First, what platform do you pick? Do you pick Google, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn? Like I said, we don't have unlimited budget, so we need to pick one or two platforms. Then on those platforms, you then need to make the creative. Is your creative good enough for people to come in and purchase, or are you just spending money for nothing? Then you need to focus on the copy. Is your copy good enough? Is your copy providing a good enough incentive for people to click off of the entertainment platform they're on, whether it's Instagram or something like that, and then going to your ad? Who knows? And then other stuff that you need to worry about is, okay, once you figure out an ad, how do you do A/B testing? There's a lot of different variables that go into this, which is why for a lot of paid marketing strategy, a lot of companies go to agencies because they have the specialty to run these paid marketing ads effectively, which would then even increase the cost even higher. Effectiveness, medium, right? So the reason why I say medium is because you're never really sure what the outcome of your ad is going to be until after you spend the money, right? So if the ad runs really well, yes, it could be super, super, super effective, right? But the ad can also not be effective at all, and you may have just wasted $10,000. So you never really know, but once you can get the Facebook ads running, or whatever ads that you choose to run, whether it's Google ads, you will have a better indication of what the reality of your ads are, and then you can continue improving on them, right? So medium, high, paid marketing is an okay strategy, but due to the cost and due to the difficulty, and most importantly, due to the restrictions, this isn't really a feasible marketing strategy for your dispensary. Second, traditional media. So that follows billboards, flyers, direct mail, any of the things where it's just like physical location. This is traditional media, right? So buyer intent, very low. When's the last time you looked at a billboard? And then even if you looked at a billboard, when's the last time you looked at a billboard and purchased the thing that was on the billboard? Pretty low. Same thing with flyers and same thing with direct mail. Cost, still pretty high. I don't know why these billboard companies are still charging so much money for their ad placements, but they are. Difficulty, very low, right? All you need to do is provide some sort of creative to, whoever you want to do your advertising with, and then they'll handle the rest. They'll handle the implementation. Effectiveness, we touched on this already. It's like, okay, how effective can billboards and flyers be based on the amount of money that you're spending, right? Restrictions, also yes. So depending on your state, your city, wherever you are, there are specific restrictions on exactly what you can put on those ads themselves, right? So again, traditional media, probably not one of the top strategies that I would use. Again, if you are maybe in a smaller town, right, and you're the only billboard in the area and the cost is low, then sure, right? This is obviously all contextual, but I'm just talking about in general, traditional media wouldn't be one of my first choices to help you get more sales for your dispensary. Next one, social media. So the buyer intent is very low on social media, right? And the reason for this is because social media is an entertainment platform, right? People are being entertained. They're watching memes, they're watching funny videos, they're looking at cats, like whatever it is. People are not necessarily looking to buy on social media. Now, you may have some people who do come from social media. Everything that I'm saying is more general, there's context to everything. But in general, buyer intent for social media is really low, which is the reason why I say the effectiveness is low or high, right? And the reason why I say this is because when social media is running, if you go super, super, super viral, yes, it'll work, right? But then the next day you might not know what made you viral, and then you're back to just regular likes and stuff like that, right? So it's very difficult to try and have a super effective social media campaign because not all of the followers or all the people who like your assets online will end up making a purchase. Again, this is a good brand building tool, but the cost, it's low, it's free, just create some content, you're good to go. And again, the difficulty to create content is pretty low. The difficulty in content actually lies in the consistency. How consistent can you be on the social media platforms? And then again, like how good are you at the actual content, right? Are you just putting up a meme and then a caption and that's it, and then you're getting 1 to 2 likes? That's not very good. So in terms of difficulty, you can make anything as difficult as you want. But again, the low buyer intent coupled with the restrictions on the social media platforms. I mean, look, if you're watching this video, you have a social media platform, you own a dispensary, I can almost guarantee you that you probably had an account shut down, or somebody that got an account shut down, right? So these last 3 things have a bunch of restrictions on them. And along with the low buyer intent and the difficulty to use, I typically wouldn't recommend these 3 things as my main marketing strategy. That's the thing, right? The original reason for this evaluation matrix was so how do we allocate our resources to the specific marketing tools that will help us get the sales that we're looking to try and achieve, right? So paid marketing, traditional media, and social media, very difficult to get the large amount of sales that you would typically be looking for your dispensary. Now this next one, email marketing. I'm a personal fan of this because one, the buyer intent is medium, right? It's not low because ideally when you collected your emails, you collected them from customers who have already paid you money. It's a lot easier to sell to people who have already given you money than to try and make people who have never spent money with you spend money for the first time, right? So a good email list will have a specific amount of buyer intent, and it's not necessarily everyone's looking to purchase, but it's people who have already purchased from you, which is really important. Cost, low, doesn't take much to send emails. Difficulty, low, also doesn't take a lot of effort to send the emails itself. Effectiveness, medium, again. If everyone on your email list ended up purchasing from you, from the email that you sent, I would put this effectiveness as high. But as we know, not everybody purchases from emails. Not even everybody opens up their email, right? So the effectiveness is medium, but where this comes into play is that there are no restrictions on the emails that you can send out, or minimal restrictions, right? So as you get your first sale, right, you can continue sending that first customer emails over and over and over again, and then you compound. So you have a list of 1, you have a list of 50, you have a list of 500, you have a list of 1,000, you have a list of 5,000. So your email marketing compounds over time. And as your email marketing strategy gets better, you will continue to see more out of it itself. And because the cost is so low and the difficulty is low, this is one of the main things that I'd recommend for you to do for your dispensary. And the reason why I say I want to focus on email marketing, although the open rates might not be as high as the next strategy that I'm going to show you, the reason why I want to focus on email marketing is because with SMS and loyalty, there are some restrictions on what you can send out to people, right? I don't get fooled by, hey, you have the 90% open rate on SMS. If there's any point in time where you're restricted to send out SMS, even if it's for 2 weeks, you're getting a no open rate. You're not getting anybody opening your messages, right? So it's good to diversify your marketing strategy both with email and with SMS. I coupled in loyalty because a lot of the loyalty softwares out there also do the SMS. But again, buyer intent, medium. These are customers that have already purchased from you and decided that they wanted to purchase from you already. I would even put medium high because if they did sign up for your loyalty program, the intent for them to purchase again is also high. So honestly, I would probably put this medium high. Cost medium, depending on how many locations, exactly how much you want to send out, depending on what company you went with. The cost can be medium. It could be $700 a month. It could be a couple $1,000 a month, depending on how many locations. So the cost is about medium. Again, the difficulty is low because the software companies, the loyalty companies typically handle most of the stuff for you in terms of the setup of the infrastructure, like the points and all those different things. And then all somebody needs to do is just sign up for the loyalty program, then good to go. And you just need to make sure you send out your SMSs frequently, right? Effectiveness, high. The reason why this is so effective is because you're sending out messages to people who have already spent money with you and have already shown interest in wanting to purchase with you again, right? So having the SMS and loyalty strategy is very important, right? So far, I would definitely recommend you do email marketing. And if at all possible, if you can afford doing the loyalty stuff, the SMS and loyalty portion of the marketing is also very important. Now, last but not least, my personal favorite is SEO. The reason for this is because the buyer intent is super, super high. I should put this super high and put this all over the place, right? But think about how you go about and look at brick and mortar businesses. You type in restaurant near me. If you're looking for a plumber, you type in best plumber in insert city. If you're looking for a general contractor, a roofer, whatever it is, you're going to go to Google first to find the thing that you need, especially if it's a brick and mortar location. So the buyer intent is super, super high. If you show up first on Google and somebody's looking for a dispensary, you can bet that there is a very high likelihood chance that they're going to go onto your website, like what they see, and then go in and make a purchase. Everyone finds everything from SEO. Even the tourist areas, right? Think about if you're going to go to Hawaii, for example, and you want to go surfing. What are you going to do? You're going to go online. You're going to type in best surfing spots in Hawaii. Or if you want to teach, you're going to type in best surf instructor in Hawaii. Whatever it is, the buyer intent, very, very key. And this is probably the most important thing for dispensaries. Now on cost, the cost as well is medium, right? The reason why the cost is medium is not so much because of the actual work costs a lot of money. It's because it is a difficult thing to do. And in most cases, most dispensaries just hire an agency like ourselves. Go to cannabudmarketing.com if you would like to work with an SEO agency. But because the difficulty is so high, right, the cost associated does end up creeping up because you need somebody else to do the skill that you don't have already, right? But in general, if you really want to learn yourself, just go back and look at all the different videos that I'm sending. I'm sharing with you exactly the things you need to do to optimize SEO for your dispensary so you can start ranking #1 on Google, right? That doesn't cost anything. Just, hit the like button, maybe subscribe button, and let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. But like I said, the difficulty is high. But what that means is that the effectiveness is also high as well. High difficulty, high effectiveness, because like I said, whoever goes to look for a dispensary, especially in a local area, they're going to go in and they're going to Google it. And then the last but not least, and my favorite, restrictions, absolutely not. So we're not dealing with the carriers blocking you like AT&T and Verizon, or some of the email platforms like MailChimp, or the websites like Spotify, Shopify. We don't have any restrictions. So we can go ahead and just market your dispensary on the top of Google so you can be seen by everyone, right? So to conclude, I guess, everything, this would be the general marketing evaluation matrix based on paid marketing, traditional media, social media, email marketing, SMS and loyalty, and then SEO. We can see that because the buyer intent is so low, it costs more money or it takes more time to do the thing that allows us to make more money for your dispensary, right? Because if the buyer intent is low, that means we need to put in so much more work for this strategy to work, and there's restrictions on it anyway, so you can't even do it. Same thing with social media, right? The buyer intent is so low, that means you need such a massive Instagram or Facebook, whatever it is following, for you to get the sales that you're looking to get, right? Whereas the last three strategies, email marketing, SMS and loyalty, and SEO, these are the three big hitters that I would recommend if you're just starting your dispensary, or if you've run your dispensary for a long time and are not leveraging any of these three things. I would highly recommend you do so. So anyways, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed me breaking down the different marketing strategies. And if you're looking to double your dispensary sales, you have two options. One, you can download our marketing checklist and guide. That's in the description below. Or you can just schedule a free one-on-one custom strategy session with me personally. I will go through your website, I'll go through all of your online assets, and I'll see what I would do if I was to run your dispensary from a marketing perspective to see how it can run better. This will be a complete custom marketing strategy, no sales or anything like that, but just completely free. So if you want to do that, just go to cannabudmarketing.com/schedule, or just click the links in the description. But that's it for me today. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Talk to you later. Bye.